So you're in an accident, now you're out of work, your bills are piling up, and there's this great deal of uncertainty hovering over you. And there's this contemplation, you're gonna go hire a lawyer, you're gonna try and see if you can bring a personal injury lawsuit. Now, people naturally start to wonder, what is this going to cost me? Hi, my name is Stephen Murphy, and I'm a partner here at Block O'Toole & Murphy. Lawyers are expensive. Lawsuits are even more expensive. It might not resolve right away. What happens to my bills? What happens to the legal fees? Well, the good thing here in New York and here at Block O'Toole & Murphy is that when you hire a personal injury lawyer to initiate a lawsuit, typically that law firm will work on what's known as a contingency fee. A contingency fee means that you don't pay unless there's a successful recovery at the conclusion of the case. Now in New York, contingency fees are typically 33 1/3%. Now they can be a little bit higher and they can be a little bit lower, but generally speaking what you're going to find is that the contingency fee is 33 1/3%. Now that's worked out depending on what agreement you reach with the law firm, either before or after expenses are computed. Law firms will typically forward expenses to make sure that the case is effectively prosecuted. And at the end of that, there is a computation where those expenses are factored in and paid back to the law firm after a successful recovery. So when you're thinking about which law firm you want to hire, and you say, well, what's the difference? There's a contingency fee. None of the money is coming out of my pocket. Is that the right approach? Well, I would tell you the answer is no. You want to make sure that that law firm that you hire has a track record of success. You want to make sure that that law firm that you hire has a history of being able to fund their cases. And that means the financial support to bring the case, the ability to retain and pay for the right experts so that your case reaches a successful conclusion. So you need to look at a lot of different factors in deciding which law firm you're going to hire. Any law firm can say, yes, there's no fee if we win, but when you win and how much you win very much matters on the law firm you hire. People look at a retainer agreement and it's several pages long and they read through it rather quickly. Sometimes people wonder what questions should I be asking? Hidden in there might be a contingency fee and a percentage. And one of the things that people should really be careful about asking is, does the contingency fee depend on whether a case settles or goes to trial? Many law firms will have a different percentage if they go to trial versus if they settle. And that sets up perhaps a little bit of a dicey situation. Is the lawyer getting more money if the case goes to trial versus settling? It presents a situation where a lawyer might be in a scenario where they could settle the case and get you the right recovery sooner, but be incentivized to take the case even further and longer and go to trial because their fee would increase if the case goes to trial. So one of the things that I think every client should be careful about is whether there's a difference if a case settles or goes to trial, and whether their fees are increased if the case goes to trial. A client should insist that the fee remains the same so that the lawyer's objectivity is never in question. When you look at your retainer agreement that's being proposed by the law firm that you're considering hiring, make sure that you carefully review how expenses are paid. Is it your responsibility? Is the law firm agreeing to pay the fees? Make sure that you're comfortable that the law firm, even if they agree to pay the fees, is capable of paying the fees. Do your homework on that law firm so that you're not left with a case that can't be funded because the lawyer or law firm decided that they don't want to expend the monies necessary to prosecute your case.